Hello, hello. Happy Friday. Welcome, all beautiful souls, to this angel reading or spirit reading. So, our intention for this reading, the spirit message, is from my sigil deck and angel number and affirmation deck. And it's this deck here. And in this deck, I use angel numbers from the Kyle Gray book of angel numbers. And the sigils I created myself from my own affirmations that I created. It is a deck of 52 cards. It was meant to be one card per week to journal on, but that's not how I use them. So, with that, this is the card, and it popped right out before I started the uh, the live, and it's number 37. When you add that together, it would be a number one in tarot, which is new beginnings. But the number 37 itself is about manifestation. I will read what it means. In the sigil here is created from this affirmation. The affirmation is where attention goes, energy flows. And I love that affirmation. It keeps me in the positive present. I'm not going to say just the present, because sometimes our present can go a little negative when our minds are acting crazy, and other times they can be absolutely positive. Sometimes they're just in the middle of the road. So the positive present. Anyways, this angel number, after this, bring in spirit. Angel number 37, this is kind of bringing in spirit also. This is the intention of the reading, so whatever cards get drawn will be spirit's message toward this angel number 37 in this affirmation. So, angel number 37, the masters of manifestation are surrounding you and helping you create the life you have always dreamed of. So, an absolutely wonderful angel number there for those of you that are trying to follow your path and you're not quite sure what it is and you are manifesting right now. Angel number 37 is right here in this reading with you. So, the affirmation, where attention goes, energy flows. This card shows the power of divine light aligned with the gentleness of the clouds. There is also the concept of looking out beyond the vast sea and sky to feel a true inner power. Pay attention to the nature of your inner power. We create our dreams through manifestation, and you can use the power of God's natural resources to manifest all your desires. Pay attention to your surroundings and find true serenity from them. When you quiet the mind and ask the divine masters to assist your transformation, they will present the necessary energies you need when you present the right minded attention to your life. Yes, where attention goes, energy flows. So keep that in mind throughout this reading. 5 cards from each deck, and they will be how this angel number and this affirmation is working in your life presently, how it impacted the past, and how it's going to impact the future. And then we're going to have the obstacles and the strengths. And it will be from 2 different decks. And then I'm going to pull an oracle card from the psychic tarot for the card. So I'll let me bring in spirit. So, and as I'm bringing in spirit, you too bring in your intentions for your message, whatever it is that you want your energy flowing towards and manifesting. Over those who may be entering into this space to hear a message. May your message of love, hope, and manifestation, dreams, happiness, joy, and the flow of energy all be presented in this message today for the collective, and may it bring clarity to anyone that is questioning, not sure, or even those that are sure and just want confirmation on their path. Please bring these messages forward through the cards that are presented and allow my voice to speak through you, or you to speak through my voice, as above, so below. All right, here we go. Let's bring out some cards here. See what Spirit wants to say today. Oh, so we're starting the energy flowing and manifestation. Presently, Ten of Pentacles. Beautiful card to start for the present. Ten of Pentacles is the building of dreams, the building of hope, the building of happiness and love. And it's all in fruition. If you notice, you've got like a granddaddy here, grandpa, and he's looking back, and there's the children and the grandchildren and the pets, and maybe it's not even. It might not even be the children and grandchildren. It could be his own life. He's thinking back, and he's remembering the path of happiness, all of the beautiful things that life enfolded along the way, along the path. In the path, he knew the path from the light that was shining, that lighthouse. The lighthouse is a symbol of the guiding light. Our spirit guides are our guardian angels, and all of the other angels that follow us or guide us through life. That's that is our lighthouse. They are our lighthouse. Are the ones that shine the light so that we know what path we're meant to take. And this person is following that path and knowing the happiness that it's bringing to his life, or is thinking back on the path. A lot of times when we are in the next phase of, that's what I always call, as I've gotten older, the new phase of development. And now in my life, I'm in my retirement phase of development. And each phase, the lessons have been a little bit different. And, today's phase is all about, looking at our lives. And this is the grandpa stage here. Looking at our lives and how our lives have flourished, the things that we have brought to life, the path that we have walked. And that's what the Ten of Pentacles is all about. Um, you know, when we get further and further down the path, we can look back at what we've created. Um, and in that creation, there's usually there is a lot of love and happiness and joy. And sometimes we need to be reminded of the love, happiness, and joy, because we can sometimes get caught up in the negative aspects of life. And that's what I said with the positive energies. Sometimes, my present isn't in positive space, and I have to remember to kick back and get back on that positive note for my life. So that's the recent, that's the present, the Ten of Pentacles. So the Ten of Pentacles is popping out here. We've got that beautiful lighthouse that's, got the God light. I'm going to call it the God light that's shining for us so that we know the right path. And usually when we get to those detours in the road, If we really look hard, we can still find the light, the light going toward the right path. And remembering all the beautiful memories along the way, the beautiful lessons, the beautiful creations, all that we've accumulated, all that we've done, the successes, and even the failures. I hate to call them failures because what I've been taught, I used to always call them failures, one failure after another. But what I've been taught since I've been on my metaphysical journey is they're not failures. They're errors. And with those errors, we have lessons to learn. And sometimes my errors have been the same errors over and over. And that's what will happen in my life. I will repeat and repeat until I learn the lesson. So yeah, it's and even when I look back on the errors, there's still creation in that. There's creation in everything that we do in our lives. So the near past and how energy flowing. Okay, these cards are really kind of cool cards. This is the Seven of Cups. Cups are all about emotions. Sevens are sevens are kind of like fives are like the peak of, I want to say, the peak of the getting through the obstacles, and here you are. You're like at the final battle. And this is how each tarot suit is. So the five is the peak of that suit, whether it be emotions, whether it be, thoughts, whether it be actions, or, the pentacles, abundance. So then six is kind of like getting over the hurdle, getting over the hurdle. So seven is a place where you're finally at this comfort zone. And you know your path, you know your way. And I'm going to say that you finally, the light was a little bit dim. You couldn't really see it. Okay, so it should be like this, I guess. Hold on. So you had the light was shining, but you really weren't focusing strong enough to see it. And you finally, after you got up over the fifth hurdle, and you came down a little bit, you got over the hurdle a little bit, and you came down to the six, you started to see the light, and now it's seven. You're able to see the light. And in seeing the light, you don't just see the light in the future, you see the light in the past also. So you see the light that's shining down on your whole life. And you can see all the things that have created you to be who you are. And all of your life has manifested into the being that you are today. And the cups, again, these are emotions. This is, the emotional way that you handled all of the things that life brought for you. And look at it's really a beautiful card here. We have a lot of blue here and a lot of soft greens. A lot of clarity, heart chakra. Cups are all about cleansing, water element. You could be a water sign, and that would be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Um, you could also have one of those signs in your life, or one of those signs could be a major house that you have a lot of. Like, for example, I'm a Capricorn, but my Capricorn sun is not in the 10th house, which is where Capricorn would normally be. That's the Capricorn house, the 10th house. My Capricorn sun is in the fourth house, which is Gemini. And my moon sign is Gemini, which is the fourth house normally, but it's in the eighth house. So even though I've got the Gemini energy, it's also strong in that eight, whatever the eighth house is, and whatever the fourth house is. So it's kind of like you don't have just one sign; you have a combination of, and all of that creates your path in life. And where the energy flows. Now we're talking a lot of water energy here. Where the attention goes, the energy flows, and you have some really beautiful energy in this card. Really beautiful energy, and this energy, this is the recent past. So in your recent past, you've you've had the feeling, a strong belief and a strong feeling of cleansing. And that could be cleansing body, mind, spirit, soul. Often, when we are in a water element zone, we're looking to kind of go from a human, I want to say from a human path to more of that spiritual path. And when we go on that spiritual path, that's when we're going to see the light. Even though we've always maybe seen the light a little bit. Hi, Loretta, how you doing? Good to see you here. Thanks for joining. Even though, we have, the light's always probably been kind of like, what is it, flickering in our lives. Once we choose that spiritual life, and we go into that cleansing element, cleansing energy, that light is going to shine so bright, and we are going to have an attitude of gratitude. And when we get to that place in the world, that's where the attention is going to bring in that flowing energy of love, peace, happiness, joy. And that's what this card is. It's all about building dreams, building happiness, building joy, building love, spreading love. And that's either where you are right now or what you're attaining to get to. So here we go. Let's where are you from, Loretta? I'm hoping that's your name. You can type and I can read your type. I just can't stop and type, so but I will respond if I see the chat. All right, here we go. Here's the near future. Oh, I love this card. Oh, I love this card. This is such a very soft, elegant, uh, calming, peaceful card. And this card doesn't come up in this deck very often, but when it does, I get such a warm, embracing feeling, and it just makes me want to go run on the beach, barefoot in the sand, and stop along the way to pick up the nice little seashells. So this is beautiful. It's hard for me to see the coloring. All right, so we have a lot of green here, and of course we have green because cups are emotions. So the sky's green, the sea's green. It's all green, very soft green, and then the sand, that is like a. So the green is the heart chakra. The sand is your solar plexus. It's kind of like um, it's kind of like a citrine color. I feel I have stones of citrine that they're kind of like yellow, soft, like a soft yellow, soft brown, sandy looking. And then she's wearing the white, which is purification. And the shell she's holding, that's a pink shell, which can be the crown chakra, which is connecting to spirit, but it's also unconditional love. And when I look at this card, what I see is a person, that has accepted themselves, exa- the whole being, after the cleansing, after the, connecting to spirit, kind of like less humanness and more spirituality, and the appreciation and the gratitude. You're finally at a place where you have unconditional love for yourself, but for all that's around you also. And this is a near future card. This to me is a very beautiful card. And the Queen of Cups, it's like, yeah, I finally made it. I've made it. And I'm going now. It's my duty to spread this love to others and to show others just how to find that light, how to find that happiness. And that's what I'm getting is the near future for some of you out there listening to this. So let's see what the obstacles are going to be for this journey. Um, what will dim our lights? What will distort the element of water? We've got water in this one here, also has water too. Of course, it has water, it's a lighthouse. So, this is all water elements, even though this is pentacles and it's an earth um, suit. There's water in the background, and the lighthouse represents, bringing the boats in safely. Um, Sitting at the harbor and bringing the boats in safely. And these two are both definitely water elements, the cups, water energy here. And that, you might want to find yourself, I don't know, take walk on the beach, go to the lake, sit in the lake, sit by a riverbed, take a nice long shower, or bath with candles. That's really an awesome thing. So, our obstacle, we have the Ace of Wands. Aces are all about new beginnings. So, new beginnings are going to be coming. Wands are an action suit. So, new beginnings of action are going, new doors for action, new doors are opening for you to take some steps forward in movement. And the obstacle is, okay, so we got two little hummingbirds, and we've got this beautiful bonsai tree sitting there. And and the I love bonsai trees. I think they're absolutely beautiful. I make these tree of lives, and I try to form them like bonsais. And some of them look really a lot like a bonsai, but not all of them. Some of them I like. They look like weeping willows and different ones, but the bonsais are really nice. I like bonsais, and it takes a lot of patience to create your bonsai tree, and they need a lot of nurturing and attention. So you can't just do it and it's over. You have to pay attention to them. The hummingbirds. Now, the hummingbirds, they make their humming music from the flapping of their wings. Their wings flap so fast that they make a humming sound, and and they sound really really pretty. But it's from the motion of their wings. So what I'm feeling with that is, even though it's this card is about taking action and moving forward, um, the hummingbirds, the wings are moving really fast, 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 and making a lot of noise. What I'm getting is that things might be coming in really fast and moving really quickly, and there might be a lot of noise coming with that movement. Just step back a little bit and listen beyond the flapping of the wings. Listen beyond that and slow it down just a little bit, so that when you choose your path, that You're taking the path of least resistance, but also the path with the true light. Often we follow paths in life that have a dim light, and it's not necessarily the light we should be following. So make sure it's your true light from your true source that you're following. That's the obstacle that I'm getting for this one. And let's see what the strengths are. If I do it another deck, it's gonna be I might just ooh. This one came out. These cards should be the opposite as far as I'm concerned, but they're not. This is how Divine Source brought these out. Um, so this one here is the Four of Swords. Okay. And this is your strength. Okay. So this is a gentleman in a rowboat, and he's got everything he needs to protect himself, and he feels so safe and so protected in this boat that he can literally relax and fall asleep. And what I'm getting from this card is that you have everything that you need to be safe and protected. And I'm going to say that your lighthouse is the God light, and that's your protection, that's your guide. And that God light is going to give you all the tools that you need, all the weapons that you need. So, and I'm going to assume that they're spiritual weapons, because what is coming forward for all of us is spiritual warfare. And we are going to be forced to choose sides. And your strength will be choosing your God light. Make sure the light, the path that you follow is the God light, and keep that unconditional love forever glowing and passing it on, because love is going to be the weapon that keeps us safe, the weapon that keeps spirit alive, God alive, and the universe and humanity alive. And that's the message for that card. And the colors in this card, we have a blue sky there, and there's some clouds. Okay, so that tells me there's clarity, but there's also some bumpiness there. Everything is not like, there's no roadmap. Okay, but it's clear. It's pretty clear your path, and there may be detours, there may be some obstacles, they might be repairing the road and you got to slow down. So there's the clouds, just all the clouds mean is that you're going to know the path, you're going to know what you need to do, but don't expect it to just be flow, 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 nice and easy. Stay focused on what it is that you want. Make sure that your attention is focused on the good manifestation that you are trying to achieve, and the energy will flow in that direction. Okay, so I was going to do two decks, but I think what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to do, because that's a lot, 10 cards, and we're going to just do our psychic tarot oracle for the heart. Let's see what we can get. Spirit, give us a couple of cards from here for final messages on the path, the lighthouse path, and path of unconditional love and cleansing. Let's pick a card for each. First one being the light, the path of true light, true God, true north, true God, true God light, the true God light. Let's see what we have for that. I'm sorry. Heart chakra, a lot of heart chakra. The whole frame is green, but we also have indigo, light blue, some beige, and I want to say white. So the indigo is third eye. Heart chakra is the green. The light blue is your throat chakra. The soft yellow or beige would be solar plexus. So it says to change your focus. So whatever you've been focusing on, Spirit's saying change that. Um, and this is the Four of Swords. Swords are about mind and thoughts. So whatever thoughts are being disruptive for you or keeping you from seeing the God light, change them. Change those thoughts. Change your focus. Be intuitive. Take time through meditation to ask your spirit guides to um, show you your path, show you what's next, show you what you need to know. And they will. You can also ask your guardian angels and any, anyone else. You have a protector guide that will not let anyone come through that's not going to be safe for you. But your guides and angels, they don't come through for spiritual guidance, or we don't. So unless we are choosing for their guidance, they just stay out in mind, they mind their business, and, you know, they wait, they hope, they want, but unless we ask, they just stay out of it. They stay out of it. So ask, ask, and you will receive. Um, the throat chakra, that's the light blue, communicating to your intuitive self, your higher self, your spirit guides, communicating to them, but communicate to them through your heart, through the love, through the heart. Allow them to come through in a loving, unconditionally loving way with, there we go, that there. And and it will happen. You've got those, I don't know what kind of birds they are. I'm not going to even try to say what they are. I don't know if they're seagulls or what, but they're white birds, and white is divinity, purity. So yeah, ask, just ask. Asking you will receive. All right, let's see what else we have here. So now, this is number five, card number five. So the queens, ace is a one, queens are a 13. So let's see. Now we want to know about our water element. How is it that we can use the element of water to ensure that we are following the God light? Wow, I'm gonna have to read on this one. All right, um, this is a major arcana card, and it's intense. I mean, I'm getting intense feelings here. We have red for the heart chakra. We have let me get the card up first. So, all right, this is duality here. At least this is what I'm feeling from the card. So we have the front person here that is kind of armored up, and they're wearing, this is a heart shape, but it almost looks like one of those like arrowheads too. So for me, it feels like an arrowhead and heart combined together and smoothed out um, in that way. But it's definitely the heart, the shape of a heart. But just the way it's long like that, and it kind of goes kind of like an arrowhead. Um, this person is dressed for war. You've got the I want to say they're eagle feathers. I could be wrong because I'm not an expert on those things. But the shoulder pads of the eagle feathers there, the robe, the red, deep red is strength, courage, foundation, root, um, and then the gold helmet, which to me the gold helmet kind of represents hierarchy, you know, type of like battling for the kingdom type of thing. Now behind this person is just a face, just a simple human image. Sometimes in life, this is the number 8 also, which is infinity, no beginning, no end. It can also be 44, master number 44 ends up being an 8, and then it's no beginning, no end. Now, what I feel with this card is often in life, we're forced to play a double role. We're forced to play the role that is for the world to see. And that's when we suit up in our armor. And then once we end our day or whatever it is, and we are with ourselves looking in the mirror, we have that second that second being. And that being's usually hidden. Um, it's usually hidden from the world. It's usually the archetype that only we know, or maybe a couple very, very close to us know. But this is the image, the major image here, and that to me is suit up for the battle. And again, I'm feeling like this reading is about spiritual battle, whether that spiritual battle is one from within or and a lot of us are going through a spiritual battle within, or the spiritual battle that is without. And there's a lot of spiritual battles going on without. With without, when I say without, it's in our outer world. So let me read this, and I could be completely off on what the card says. This is what I feel when I see this strong, strong, strong spiritual battle here, spiritual warfare. The person on the outside is not the same as the person on the inside. So to me, this is the physical person, and the one in the back, that's the soul, the heart and the soul of the being. All right, control, master, influence, accept, compassion, patience, and confidence. In order to flourish, relationships must be fluid and free rather than overly rigid and controlled by emotional neediness or insecurity. It's important to master your emotions so that they do not rule the relationship. A partnership based solely on emotion is out of balance and out of control. Self control is the key here. Act from a combination of emotion and intellect. and your relationship will thrive and grow. Be sure that your influence is gentle and loving. This is not the time for domination. This card asks you to accept another person's uniqueness and to not require that person to conform to a mold of your choosing just to make you feel more comfortable. This card also serves as a reminder to come from compassion and understanding rather than anger or frustration. Now is the time for patience, steadiness, and clear thinking. Apply these qualities to your relationship with others and with yourself. If you're involved with a difficult person or situation, try to look through the other person's eyes and experience what his or her heart and soul feels. Try to see the situation from another perspective. With self-control, with self-control comes confidence. Allow a situation to unfold and detach yourself from the outcome. Don't try to control it. The end result of self control is in confidence is supreme peace. Take some time to examine how control in its many aspects is affecting your relationships. The affirmation for this card is I control my emotions and embrace peace. Traditional tarot archetype is strength. I should have known that with the number 8. I should have known that. And with the strength card, that's what you have. You have the strong and then you have the gentle. So you have that duality. Um, I was feeling the strong the human bodily energy, and then the softer spiritual energy. So I guess I was a little bit off, but yeah, I should have known that that was the strength card. But I don't think of the strength card in that way. I guess that's why I didn't connect it. Um, I I feel the strength card is more about knowing when knowing when to hold them and knowing when to fold them. No, knowing when to be strong and knowing when to be gentler and kind, like Christ-like, is what I feel for the strength card. Christ was always very gentle, um, spoke softly, never harmful or punishing, and except for things like the church scenes, the temple scenes, when he went in and saw all the gambling and the money making, and he got angry. But you didn't see that very often. So to me, that's that duality. All right, and the last one, we have a number 3 in our chakra cards, the solar plexus, which is our third chakra. And this one here is like to me, and that so goes with the cleansing of our souls and the unconditional love. The solar plexus is our emotions, and water element cups. So this is perfect because we need to make sure that our solar plexus is cleansed, protected, and opened. Um, and we also need to make sure that when we are in places where there is um, negativity, that we definitely do a little protection meditation, quick. It doesn't have to be long, just spirit guides, please protect, cleanse and protect my solar plexus. I would do that to all my chakras, in any situation where I might be walking into um, lower energy areas or places. And that's all it is. It's just a little short prayer, a little short request for your spirit guides to just do a little protection thing. Um, so, And I guess that kind of wraps this up beautifully for this reading. And I hope you got something out of it. And again, if you want more things like this, please like and share the video, and also subscribe to the channel. And the more that we can spread the word of love, spread the word of the God light, we just want that God light to be coming through, shining through on everyone. The more we do that, the less the low energy is going to get through to harm or hurt anyone. I don't care if they're our loved ones or not. It's it's not about who we like and who we don't like. It's all about we are all children of God. We are all Christ's brothers and sisters, and it was he was sent here to teach us how to get back to loving each other unconditionally, no judgment, no, do it my way or be gone. Um, just the spirit of love, unconditional love. So, with that, I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day. And again, don't forget, like, share, subscribe. It helps me, it helps you, and it helps spread the word. And that's what we need to do in this crazy world that we're all in today. Bye bye.